Hi, thank you for joining me. This is The Architecture of Alignment by Jason Gray. There are numbers you count with, and then there are numbers that count you. 444 is not a quantity. It is not a coincidence. It is not something you see. It is something that sees you back. The first layer, pattern recognition. At the surface, 444 appears as repetition, a digital echo, a mirrored sequence, a pattern that refuses to be ignored. You glance at the clock, 4:44. A receipt, $4.44. A number on a license plate, a timestamp. A moment that seems to lean forward and whisper, pay attention. But this is where most people stop. They label it angel number, synchronicity, luck. They reduce it to meaning, and in doing so, they miss its function, because 444 is not here to mean something. It is here to interrupt something. The second layer, structural stabilization. The number 4 is not arbitrary. It is the number of structure. 4 directions, 4 corners, 4 walls, 4 points that turn chaos into form. 1 4 creates a boundary. 2 4s create symmetry. But 3 4s, 444, is not structure. It is reinforced structure. It is the moment a system stabilizes itself. It is the invisible architecture locking into place beneath reality. When you encounter 444, you are not being guided. You are being shown the grid. The underlying framework that holds your current experience together is becoming visible for a split second. Not externally, internally. Your perception aligns just enough to glimpse the scaffolding behind the scene, and for that moment, reality stops feeling random, because it is not. The third layer, the mirror lock. 444 does something subtle. It does not just appear. It appears when you are aligned enough to notice it. This is the mirror, not a reflection of your face, a reflection of your state. When your thoughts, your focus, and your direction begin to synchronize, the world starts echoing back coherence. 444 is coherence made visible. It is the feedback loop of alignment. Not spiritual, not mystical, mechanical, precise, cold even. Like gears clicking into place inside a clock you did not know you were part of. This is why you never see it when you are completely lost, and why it starts appearing when something in you begins to lock in. Not perfectly, but enough. The fourth layer, the interruption of drift. Most of human life is drift, scrolling, reacting, repeating, living in loops so subtle they feel like freedom. 444 interrupts drift. It is a rupture in unconscious motion, a pin driven through the spinning wheel of distraction. For a fraction of a second, everything pauses. You feel it, that microsecond of stillness, that quiet question, what was I just thinking? And in that moment, you are no longer fully inside the loop. You are observing it. 444 does not wake you up completely. It cracks the shell, just enough for awareness to leak through. The fifth layer, the coordinate marker. There is a deeper possibility, one most will never consider. What if 444 is not just a reflection of alignment, but a marker of position? Not in physical space, in state space, a coordinate, a ping, a checkpoint in consciousness, a way for the system or whatever underlies the system to say, you are here, not geographically, but structurally. It appears when you hit a certain configuration of thought, focus, and internal arrangement, like hitting a frequency that triggers a response, not random, not divine, not assigned meaning, responsive, precise, repeatable, which is why it shows up again and again and again. The sixth layer, the collapse of meaning. Eventually, if you follow it long enough, 444 stops meaning anything at all, and that is where it finally reveals itself, because meaning is the last veil. The mind wants to define it, explain it, own it, but 444 resists ownership. It does not belong to belief systems. It does not belong to spirituality. It does not belong to numerology. It does not belong to anything. It simply is. A signal without a message, a structure without a story, a presence without identity. And when you reach that point, you stop asking what it means and start noticing when it appears and who you are in those moments. 444 is not here to guide you. It is here to show you that something is already guiding itself through you as you, without asking permission. You are not following signs. You are intersecting patterns, and every time 444 appears, it is not pointing forward, it is pointing inward, to the exact configuration of awareness you are inhabiting in that moment, the alignment, the structure, the stillness inside the motion. You do not chase 444. You do not manifest it. You do not decode it. You notice it, and if you look closely enough, you may begin to see something far more unsettling than coincidence, that the moment you notice 444 is the moment something else notices you. Jason Gray, #Winnipeg, #Manitoba, #Canada. That is really interesting. I have noticed that as much as I see repeating numbers, 444 is not one that occurs as frequently as all the others, and this is a really good explanation of why. And now I will know exactly what it's doing when I see it, and I will pay attention to what's going on within myself when I see it. So fantastic. All right, that's a great one. Okay, I will see you all next time. Thank you.